All right, now we're going to go over a concept that we haven't talked about yet. It's called factoring the sum and difference of two cubes, okay? So sum and difference of two cubes. So let's look at C. The first thing we do when we factor is I ask myself, do I have any common factors here? And I do. I have x squared. And so I take that out. And so if I have 5x's, took 2 out, I've got 3 left. Take out the x squared there, I still got 125. Okay. So this is another higher order factoring method that we're going to use. This right here, this expression is called a sum of two cubes. This is a sum of two cubes. Okay. Reason being sum because they're adding. Okay, sum because they're adding. And two cubes because x cubed and 125 are perfect cubes. Okay, what does that mean? That means you can do something times something times something to get that number. And so what you've got to do now is you got to find out what is that value that I could multiply by itself once, twice, 3 times to get that value. So what times what times what gives you x cubed? What's the cube root of x cubed? X. What times what gives you 125? 5. So your A is going to be x, and your B is going to be 5. And I'll explain this here in a moment. Now, if you're not sure how to check that, you can go to Math 4. Math 4. Okay, I'm going to write that note somewhere. I don't want to write it down here because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of room. Check cubes in the calculator. Go to Math, then option 4. Okay, Math 4. All right, I'm going to write it kind of the way it is, 4, and then you have a colon, the cube root of x. Okay, just have that note if you need it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to plug in, you're going to go to the sum of two cubes formula. Anytime you see A, you're going to put it in x. Anytime you see B, you're going to plug in 5, okay? So let's start with x squared on the outside. So it's A plus B. A plus B, that'd be x plus 5. A squared, so what's A? It's x, so it'd be x squared minus A times B, x times 5, which should be 5x, and then plus B squared, so plus B squared, so plus 5 squared be 25. Okay, and that's your answer. This will not factor further. You can't multiply to 25 and add a negative 5. So this is your solution. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. What does 8x to the fourth and 27x have in common? They have x in common, so I'm going to factor out x. So I'm going to be left with 8x to the third minus 27. Okay? Now let's look at what's left over. This is what we call a difference of two cubes. So this is going to be what we call a difference of two cubes. Okay? So difference of two cubes. Difference because it's subtracting, and two cubes because what times what gives you 8? 2. What times what gives you 27? 3. So these are both have perfect cube roots. Okay? The difference because it's subtracting, and two cubes because 8x cubed and 27 are perfect cubes. So we're going to find the cube root. So we're going to find the cube root of this. So the cube root of 8x cubed, it'd be 2x. The cube root of 27 is 3. So A equals 2x, B equals 3. Okay. Let me make a little note here. Cube root. Cube root. Okay. Now, once you've got A and B, you're going to plug it into the difference. So the difference starts with A minus B. So it'd be 2x minus 3. And then it's A squared. So it'd be 2x quantity squared. So you got to square the whole thing. That's the key. Plus A times B plus 2x times 3 plus b squared plus 3 squared. Okay, and I'm going to simplify this here. So for a difference, it starts minus plus plus. So this becomes 2x minus 3. Don't forget about the x. I almost did. 2x squared, that means I'm squaring the 2 and the x. So it'd be 4x squared. 2x times 3, 6x plus 3 squared plus 9. Okay, and that can't factor any further. That's your solution.